The Drive.
Hey, good day.
Good day, viewers. Today on The Drive, we have Miss Tynielle Jack with us. So, Tynielle, you know the drill. We're going to take a drive. We're going to ask some questions. You're going to sing for us. You're going to give us a little word of encouragement or a testimony. All right?
Let's do this.
So, Tynielle,
Yes.
tell us something about yourself.
Well, where do I begin? I'm a mother of two. I work at Tech, Tobago. I attend the Methodist Church, where I hold Hyperista. What else can I say? I am very passionate about anything I put my mind and my hands to. I love to sing. Maybe I should sing a little more, but I love to sing. I came from a singing family. I don't know. It depends on what you want to do.
So, Tynielle, you said you attend the Bethel Seventh-day Adventist Church. So that means you grew up in the church, or did you join the faith? Or?
No, I grew up. I grew up in the church. I used to go to church with my grandmother. I in church from since baby, you can say. I never really left. Although, you know, sometimes we try to equate the fact that we grew up to mean that we might not have mentally left.
Yeah.
But I have stayed in the church. I mean, sometimes, you know, you have your little challenges and then, you know, you're mentally gone, but you're physically there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I grew up in the church.
Okay. Listen, guys, Tynielle is one of the greediest individuals I know on the face of this
I'm not
planet.
greedy. My hobby. What did I mention that one of my
Oh,
hobbies
is eating?
is eating?
No, you did not.
Oh, I forgot to mention that. I love to eat. Everybody who knows me knows that I love to eat. Yes.
Listen,
That goes without question.
Tynielle will put down 3, 4, 5, 6 plate of food in one sitting.
That was a long time. That's a long time thing, man. This is no. I mean, come on. I mean, if you're really passionate, you remember I said
You're
earlier,
passionate.
I'm passionate about things I put my mind and my hand to. Food is something that I really love.
So you're passionate about food?
I'm very passionate about food.
Okay. So, on the topic of food, which is your favorite fast food chain when it comes to chicken?
My gosh.
Is it KFC? Is it Royal Castle? Is it Churchill?
It's definitely chunks. I don't do
Chunks? You
chicken.
don't-
Well,
Chunks.
I mean, I have a deep appreciation for KFC. Sometimes, depending on where. It all depends on location.
Okay.
So, Royal Castle Portmore,
Okay.
KFC,
Lowlands more. Yeah.
or not really Lowlands if you're in Tobago,
Yeah.
but Trinidad,
Airport.
you need that airport.
Yes.
KFC,
Okay.
right? But yeah, I mean, I like chicken. I like lasagna. I like. Let me don't start to talk because this will be like a food network. Because I'll just keep going on and on about food.
No, but we have to go on a little because I have a next question for you on food. If someone said that you have to choose between doubles and roti to eat for the rest of your life, you have to cut out one. Yeah.
That is a hard. Can I get half and half?
No. One.
That's a hard one. Maybe I'll cut out roti.
Roti?
Because I really like doubles. I love doubles. If you didn't put in bus up shot in the mix, then we'd have a little, you know, a little fight there. But you see, doubles. I have a deep appreciation.
Okay, cool. And the final question on food. What do you prefer any day of the week? good home cooked meal or good fast food?
Nah, listen, as much as I will, dig into fast food now and again, a good homemade meal is second to none. Right? I mean, a fast food is something you just go to if it is there isn't the homemade meal readily available. But I mean, a homemade meal, hands down, any day. Any day.
Alright, nice. So Tynielle, I have a question for you. What fruit of the spirit are you lacking? And why?
Faith. I would say faith.
Wow.
Because sometimes, you go through a lot of things in life, a lot of challenges, and then you're wondering, where is God? Sometimes I have to motivate myself. Sometimes I might even find myself trying to find ways to motivate others, even when me of myself want to be motivated.
Yes.
So I think definitely faith, because as I said, we have a lot of challenges that we face, and then we start to question a lot of things. We ask why, we ask how, and then you get into a little zone. And then you start to, you kind of keep to yourself, you're not saying much. And then, you just, I don't want to say give up, because giving up is not really part of me, but then, you're asking God, like,
where are you? What's going on?
What's going on?
Yeah.
Why you not showing up? Why you not saying something? Why you not stepping in? And, somewhere down there, you always find a scripture, somebody just come, they give you a nice little word, and then you, as I said, trying to motivate others. So sometimes I would find little different inspirational stuff to inspire others, but it has to speak to me first. If it doesn't speak to me, I will not share it.
Okay, I get you.
I will not share it. But I think faith, as us young people as well as Christians, as much as we would preach faith, we would talk faith, we really do lack faith. It goes without. I don't know. Faith is something we really lack.
Right. Tynielle also spoke about motivating others. Listen, if you have Tynielle on your WhatsApp, Tynielle like to send her nice little quotes, which I love, by the way. Her voice notes, which I hate, by the way, because what Tynielle like to do, she like to sing a little chorus or a little line,
right,
and send it to you. So I gotta be there like, yes man, sister Tynielle, then voice note finished. Listen, Tynielle, we're in 2020. You have to cut that out.
You see, sometimes, let me tell you, right, as I would have mentioned before, sometimes when I send out these voice notes or the inspiration, well, let me speak about the voice notes. People would actually ask Tynielle, so when you're going to send another voice note, how long you send a voice note? But as I said before, and as I mentioned before, these voice notes have to come from some sort of inspiration. It's not like I just wake up one morning and I say, I feel like sending a voice note today. No. It has to be a song that is playing on my mind, something that I'm going through at the point in time. And then I decide to, sing a little snippet. Yeah. Because sometimes, that particular, whether it be a verse or a chorus, is actually what spoke to me.
You, okay, all right.
So I would send out what speaks to me. If it's the whole song, which is more than right. But sometimes when you do little snippets of songs, it just keeps playing on your mind over and over, as opposed to sing a whole song. It just has something to have you thinking, something to have you reminiscing, something to have you real encouraged and motivated. So most of my voice notes really comes from some sort of inspiration or some sort of situation that I might be going through at that present point in time.
I can tell. Well, listen, you were some to speak to me. So next time, speak to me, right?
Right.
Speak to me.
Well, we'll see how it goes.
So Tynielle, this morning, you sent out a quote. How did that resonate with you?
Well, normally I would follow this thing on Facebook, Victory Today, and daily they would give little quotes, they would give little scriptures and that kind of thing. So I would normally look at it every day, and then looking at it this morning, the one that I saw basically jumped out to me. And well, as you said before, I have a whole heap of persons' contacts, like 500 and something contacts on my phone. So I created a group called Gospel Message, and I would send out any quotes, any voice notes, anything that is inspiration, anything at all. And this morning, this one really jumped out to me, and it said, God is saying to you today, you're going to be telling a different story very soon. A story of how miracles have found you. A success story filled with so much inspiration. You will give so much hope to so many people when they see how much you have when they see how much you overcame and still came out on top. And I said something below. I said, this spoke to me in more ways than one. Your story will change. You are a warrior, you're a conqueror, you're an overcomer in the name of the Lord. And of course, I love this song. So it spoke to me because, as I said, it's like it tested with so many things. You might be looking at somebody and you think that person real good. Some people, sometimes you wonder, people, they're suicidal, depression, that kind of thing, and you say, but that person was so good, and he was so this, and he was so nice, and this, that, the other, and he have a big house, and he's so happy, and has some money, and we start to, and then we really don't understand what people may be going through, right? And I think that's why it's so important for us to be our brother's keeper. It's so important for us to, keep people close to us. Because you may watch somebody, I might be watching Lindo and telling myself,
everything
good,
okay,
everything good. And then you might be watching me because I might have a smile on my face, but then behind all of that, you don't know what's going on. You know what I'm thinking, mentally, physically, whatever it is that somebody might be going through. So it's there's a quote that says, just be nice or just be kind, because you don't know what people might be going through. And it goes really deep. And even as a church, sometimes, we look at people, right? I mean, it's natural. You look at people. And you really, really don't understand what somebody really, really going through. You might be sick. Some people hide their sickness. You might be going through pain. You might be having problems parenting. You might be having problems in your marriage. You might be having problems on a whole. Maybe difficulty
financially.
Financially, maybe difficulty on your job. So I mean, people go through a lot, and that's why even as Seventh-day Adventist Christians, when the Sabbath comes, I just give everything out. I just kind of just put everything out there, because you had such a hard 6-day week. And then you're ready to come to church, you're ready to sing, you're ready to dance, you're just ready to pour out your all to God, because as much as the person sitting next to you may not know what you have been faced with during the week, you know what you went through. So when I read this thing this morning, it really spoke volumes as to my entire life. And I sat there, I read it over and over, I sent it out, and persons responded. And I always say to God, I say, whenever I'm sending out anything, whether it be a voice note, whether it be a message, let it speak to someone. Like, let it be real to someone. So it really, really, it warms my heart when people respond and they say, you know exactly when to send these things, because I might be going through something in particular, and this was like
the message right
this was
on
like
time.
A message, and it really helps me as well, because I'm saying I could really use that as a way to, you know, reach out to people and help people and that kind of thing. So this, trust me, I have overcame a lot. Don't watch me smiling. I mean, yes, you know, everybody going through stuff, but I've overcame a lot. I've gone through many struggles. I've had my share of a lot of things. I mean, just as how you would have mentioned in terms of what is my the fruit of the spirit I'm lacking. Faith, because I'm telling you, when you are going through those battles, people say, just pray or read this, and you think that is all, but trust me, that is not all. Sometimes, you know, people just need to just agonize and pray and, you know, just cry and bawl and shout, find a happy place, just, you know. So I'm telling you, the brother Lindo,
Pastor Tynielle. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
Trust me, I have gone through a lot of things in this life, but I'm thankful nevertheless that I have, I mean, I don't want to say I'm an overcomer just yet, but I'm overcoming. And, you know, that is something that we need to be inspired by as a people, as youths, as churchgoers, as Christians. We just need to be inspired by the fact that, you know, God will show up
for you.
No matter what you're going through.
So Tynielle, when you're going to do any situation, what hymn do you listen to?
Well, I have many hymns that I identify with. "'Tis so sweet to trust in Jesus." I like a woman at the well, the part that says, "Fill my cup, Lord." I have to constantly be, you know, pleading with God, "Fill my cup, quench, thirsting in my soul." And Jesus is all the world to me. If you permit me, I can sing.
Yeah, you
You know, my favorite, because you know, remember, I only stick to certain parts of the song. So the first verse always speaks to me. Jesus is all the world to me, my life, my joy, my own. He is my strength from day to day. Without him I would fall. When I am sad, to him I go. No other one can cheer me so. When I am sad, he makes me glad. He's my friend.
Powerful words.
Powerful words. Just to keep being reminded of the fact that God is our friend. He is with us, no matter what the circumstances are.
Amen. So, Sister Tynielle, what song have you prepared for us today to bless our souls
listen,
with?
the amount of songs I wanted to sing on the drive today. But you know, because the day started with this inspiration, and I always believe that whatever you do, especially with ministry, it's so important that whatever song that you do, it should speak to you first and then speak to others. So you see this situation, even the situation I'm going through now, and even with this inspiration that I got this morning, it really motivated me to sing "He'll Do It Again." Because God, he will step in and he will do it over and over and over and over again for us.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Tynielle.
You may be down and think that God has somehow forgotten, that you are faced with circumstances you can get through. But right now it seems that there's no way out, and you're going under. But God's proven time and time again, He'll take care of you. And He'll do it again for you. He will do it again. If you just take a look at where you are now and where you've been, but hasn't He always come through for you? He's the same now as then. You may not know how, you may not know when, but He will do it again. God knows the things that you're going through, and He knows how you're hurting. You see, He knows just how your heart has been broken into. But He's a God of the sun, of the stars and the seas, and He is your Father. He could calm the storms, and He'll find some way to fix it for you. And He'll do it again for you. He will do it again. He'll do it again. If you just take a look at where you are now and where you've been, but hasn't He always come through for you? He's the same now as then. You may not know how, you may not know when, but He will do it again. Oh, He's still God, yes, He's still God, and He will not fail you. Oh, He's still God, yes, He's still God, and He will not fail. Oh, I know that He's God, yes, He's still God, and He's fighting for you. Oh, I know, just like Moses, just like Daniel, just like Shadrach and Meshach, Abednego, He'll do it again for you. He will do it again. He'll do it again. If you just take a look at where you are now and where you've been, but hasn't He always come through for you? He's the same now as then. You may not know how, you may not know when, but He will do it again. You may not know how, and you may not know when. You may not know how, you may not know when, but I know that my God, He will do it again. Again.
Amen.
All right.
Amen. Tynielle, beautiful. Do you have a word of encouragement
Well,
or testimony for our viewers?
I'm going to give a testimony. I think I might just get teary-eyed.
Okay.
So what I would like to tell those that are listening, remember who God is. You know, sometimes we might be going through certain situations in our lives and we begin to doubt, we begin to falter, we begin to, you know, cry out. It might be someone who we lost, whether it be a loved one. It might be a situation that we are faced with that we feel as though we are cornered and we have nowhere to go. Remember that God is there. And you know, one thing that we always have to be mindful of is that is the same God. God is the same. He has not changed. And you know, sometimes we think somehow that God isn't listening, God isn't there. But you know, sometimes we have to go through certain situations in order for us to see that, you know, God is still working, God is still there protecting us. Sometimes we have to cry out to God. Sometimes we have to, you know, I'm just looking for the right words. We have to just cry out to God, tell God everything. Sometimes we have to scream. Sometimes, you know, we just have to just, you know, ask God the questions because He's just like a friend. Just as how we are talking here. You know, we can talk to Him. We can tell Him our problems. We can tell Him our fears. We can just cast all our cares, all our burdens, everything on Him. And, you know, He will answer. So, in a nutshell, what I would say is that don't give up on God. Don't give up on God. You know, it may seem like cliche. It may seem, you know, things may seem really difficult. Things may not come together as we would want to. We may plan things and, you know, God will come and, you know, disrupt it. And then we would say, you know, God, why are you doing this? Why? But then when we go down that road and we look back, we will see why God did what He did. So it's very important for us to remember what God has done for us before, so that we can always be encouraged going forward, knowing that just as how He did something for us before, He can do it again and even better than He did before. And you know, a text that I would, you know, would have at least, you know, somewhere help me. I mean, I have many texts that would have, you know, been an inspiration to me when I was going through my storms. And you know, it's from Isaiah 43:2. It says, when thou passest through the waters, I will be with thee, and through the rivers they shall not overflow thee. When thou walkest through the fire, thou shalt not be burned, neither shall the flame kindle upon thee. And you know, He gave me a little Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego kind of experience. You know, because you know, we in there in the fire. We in there in the fire. People watching me and seeing me in the fire. People might be watching me and laughing me in the fire. People might have so many things to say because we're in the fire. But little do they know that as much as we may be in the fire, we're not getting burnt. Because God is there with us. God is there with us. And that is something so important for us to remember. And you know, I will share something from, I wouldn't say my favorite. Well, let me give him my credit, some credit. One of my favorite pastors, Pastor Matt. You know, I used to talk to him. You know, he's one of my go-to pastors. And there was a scripture that he always would have told me about, and it was that scripture about when, you know, God was in the ship, or when Jesus was sleeping in the ship. And you know, Pastor Bob just come with all some kind of things. You know, you will be hearing some things, some stories, since you was a little girl growing up, and you know, you never really had a deep appreciation for the story itself. And I remember sitting one day and listening to him telling me about the story that we know about, where God with Jesus would have, you know, calmed the storm, and the people was on the ship, and then Jesus was asleep, and that kind of thing. But one thing that stood out was when he told me, you know, there were other little ships nearby, right? So what he was trying to tell me is that these other little ships would have signified persons who were looking at us, who are Christians, who have Jesus within us, to see how we would react. So there were other little ships looking at this boat that had Jesus in it. So you know, it's so important that if it is we act as Christians, we understand that God is with us. And you know, sometimes the way how we act, the way how we, you know, carry about ourselves, people are looking at us to see how we would react if we so claim that we have Jesus within us. So it's something that we have to be mindful of. I'm not saying that we will be perfect, because a lot of people think that Christians don't have worries, they don't have pain, they don't have shortcomings. You know, we're supposed to be perfect, we're supposed to be, you know, all well and put together, but that's not so. We are humans just like everybody else. We are struggling and striving like everybody else. But it is very important for us to remember that we are not alone in our struggles. God is there with us, and whatever storms might be going on around us, within us, God is there telling the storm, peace, be still. Peace, be still. So, you know, I just want to encourage people. I mean, this was a long word of encouragement, but it's something for us in our Christian journey to always remember that no matter what, God is still there. He's gonna just continue showing up for us, even when we least expect it. God will just show up